I'm your host, Kimberly Chapman, and today's guest is a celebrity makeup artist, beauty expert, and entrepreneur. She has worked with some of our favorite actresses and entertainers in the industry. This lady is a true talent. Please welcome Melissa Hibbert. Hibbert. How you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. I was enjoying the conversation before we got on camera, and you've been in the industry for a minute.
I have. I actually transitioned into the industry from corporate America. So I'm took a non-traditional path to beauty, although I went to beauty school in high school. So I got my diploma in one hand and my beauty school certificate in the other, but I chose to go to college.
Okay.
And went to college and did hair and makeup all throughout college. Went straight into corporate America after college and worked in corporate America for 14 years, still doing hair and makeup, weekends, holidays, summer weddings. And then 2012, I decided to walk away from corporate America and pursue beauty full time.
But you were in there 14 years?
14 years in corporate America.
How did you enjoy that? Well,
it actually was phenomenal. I worked for some of the biggest brands in the world, and so I had an amazing corporate career. I will not take it. I feel like it was meant for me to have that experience, and so it was great for me. I traveled around the world. I worked for some great brands. I lived in New York. I was I traveled about 65% of the time, working in marketing and brand marketing. And so it was a phenomenal time.
That's amazing. And so some of the celebrities you've worked on as far as makeup are?
Yeah, so as far as makeup are Lynn Whitfield, Deborah Joy Winans, Teyana Paris, Angela Simmons. I recently had a chance to glam Lynn Whitfield and Tawanda Braxton. And so, there are moments where you're working on set where you have one opportunity to work on a client who you like, wow, I've been wanting to touch your face. Wow. And then you have other opportunities where you have long-standing clients who you work with over the years. And so, it varies, but it's been great.
So how did you get in contact with them? Like just word of mouth?
Actually, yeah. A lot of my clients, I build my clientele from referrals. You start to do, when you do great work in this industry, it follows you. And you are able to get that email or that phone call, that text message saying from a publicist, or even directly sometimes from the talent saying, hey, I'm doing a red carpet, or I'm shooting a show, or I'd love to work with you. And that's how it happens.
Your hair is amazing. Like, I just keep watching your hair because I'm loving it.
Thank you.
Like, does it take a lot to take care of your hair?
Actually, I just cut my hair recently. I used to wear a big fro, and I was wearing that hair for a very long time. When I became a mom, I needed, less work. And, the other hairstyle was a lot of work. And so now I get to wake up and run my fingers through my hair and keep the sides cut and run out the door and focus on her.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Oh my God, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous.
Well, you have a good shape, Well, that's just a smaller, shorter version of mine.
But all hair to me is good hair.
Yeah.
But I like the thick, coarse hair because there's no lines and there's no openings. That's beautiful.
With that no lines and no openings comes a lot of detangling, honey. Let me tell you, that 4C hair, that coarse hair, it comes off beautifully, but it's still a lot of work. It's still a lot of work to get it,
to get it just right. Well, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, thank you.
So in makeup, what are some of the newest trends?
So I actually just wrote an article talking about, trends for 2019. And, what's happening now is fresh skin, good skin. I know Instagram has been pushing a lot of heavy makeup and heavy concealing and, heavy highlighting and things like that. But I think, women are you're going back to the place where women are appreciating, having, looking fresh and youthful. Yeah. And not that you're not wearing makeup, but there's the new introduction of CC creams, which is corrective color creams that are like BB creams. They're moisturizers mixed with foundation, so you still get the coverage, but you don't look heavy, and you don't look overly made up.
Right.
And also Groom Brows are still one of the things I think that a lot of women are appreciating. I think for the last couple of years we've had a lot of the microblading of the brows, and because women you don't want to put fill in your brows, but I think that's going to be consistent, and part of that is because Again, if you have good brows, a lot of the other stuff that you're trying to do to your face, you don't have, especially if you're kind of a woman on the go.
Right.
Great brows, a great mascara, and a good lip. And if you're a woman on the go, but I definitely think that there's a trend toward a little bit more ease, and sophistication and elegance.
Yes.
And women want to be empowered by, their look and don't want their look to own them.
You know what? You said that so great.
Yeah.
Because I love just being simply elegant.
Yeah.
Just a fresh, a natural face.
Yes.
And not a whole bunch of bounds.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see that eyebrow? Did you see that? Her rouge was just crazy.
You're right. You don't want to walk away from someone that what they remember about you was your brow, which was not a good memory.
Right.
Or if you're having a conversation with someone and you want to be taken seriously, you want them to be drawn into who you are. Yes, they're going to appreciate your how flawless you look, but you don't want there's something that's distracting them from your message, your purpose, and that opportunity to engage them.
Right.
And we're in that kind of world now where everything is about engagement, from social media to meeting someone on the corner because they're like, oh, I follow you on Instagram, and you're like, oh, you look just as pretty as you are on social media, or the opposite, like, oh, you don't look as, so you have to own your look.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
I like natural. Natural is everything.
Yeah.
Well, how do you think, with you being the beauty expert, do you believe in what is on the inside comes out?
I believe that beauty is power. And I believe that the work that we do does empower women to look and feel their best. I know that there are people who think that, somehow when women wear makeup, they're trying to look and be someone else, and that's not the case. It's just that if you can give a little bit to yourself, I think grooming is self-care. It's no different from a man shaving and him choosing to wear a goatee versus a beard and whatever the case. I think women, we're taking care of ourselves and we're stepping out into the world appreciating how we look. And you have talent like makeup artists and hairstylists and wardrobe people who are here to help you to bring your best self to the world. And that's, ultimately what I feel, that we do. And so the more knowledgeable you are, I happen to have an esthetician's license as well. So I tend to, I'm able to speak in a more well-rounded way about beauty and about skincare and helping women, be able to answer a lot of those hard questions, particularly women of color, because the industry still doesn't talk to us in the way that we need to be spoken to. They still don't have all the answers for us. And when you look at these talk shows and they bring on these experts and they don't look like you and I, and the products that they have on the counter that they're putting out there don't work for you and I.
Exactly.
There's a disconnect. And so I think platforms like yours, Sheen Magazine, and others who are allowing us to really talk about beauty that reflects the audience and reflects the world, that we live in is a great thing.
Wow. So now, in talking to you, in your life, to me, it's like you have taken the time to walk your journey and smell the roses instead of running and then missing and saying, oh, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
So now you've taken the time to have a baby.
Yes.
And she's a year old.
She'll be a year old.
How are you balancing that now?
Oh, wow. Oh, man, I get chills when I think about she's the greatest joy. I had my daughter when I was 41.
Wow.
And I did the college and the grad school, and the corporate life, and now my business, as an entrepreneur. And the timing for me was perfect. And I actually posted something the other day just encouraging women who are getting a little bit older to don't give up. God's timing is perfect, and you can have what you want, in your life. And so for me, yes, it is life-changing because I can't do things the way that I used to do.
Right.
I can't take those last minute, I have a client at the Four Seasons, can you run over and good? I'm like, no, because I have to think about, okay, the baby and, how she's going to be cared for if I'm away. And so there's a lot, life is different in that way, structurally. But it's good because it allows me to level up in terms of, knowing, okay, my business has to be run differently. And now I have an opportunity to help other women mothers who are trying to juggle, work or business, or entrepreneurship with a child, to say, okay, well, here's some of the things that work for me. So I'm at a different level now where I can offer different advice. A year ago, I could offer a lot of advice on other things, but now I am at a different stage. And so as I'm working through it, I can, share with other people, because there is no blueprint. All of our lives are very different. And in our industry, a lot of women do put their lives on hold. They do put motherhood on hold because they're afraid that if they step into that, they'll lose the clients and lose their momentum and lose their visibility as an artist in the industry. And yes, you may lose a few, but whatever you lose, God is going to replace tenfold.
Exactly.
It's never, whatever your blessing is, it won't go away.
It won't go away.
And if that client walks away from you when you're trying to live your life and be a mom and do your thing, well, then they weren't there for you in the first place. They were on there for a period, and now this is your new level, and this is where you're at, and new things come, and it totally has happened.
Exactly.
So I can only share my testimony, and hopefully that will be enough to, help other women who are thinking about, like, wow, is it too late for me? It's not.
No, it's never too late.
It's not.
Stay tuned as we return from the commercial break with more Melissa. It's been great. This conversation is great, so please stay tuned. Hello, it's Kimberly Chapman, the publisher of Sheen Magazine, and we at Sheen Magazine would love to wish you a happy holiday season. We wish you the best life ever, great wellness, and please do continue to support Sheen Magazine. We got so much laid out for you in the year 2019, and you don't want to miss it. Happy holidays from Sheen Magazine to your family. Welcome back. I'm here with makeup artist and esthetician Melissa Hibbert. Thank you again for being here. I'm enjoying our conversations.
Yes.
Really,
good old girl talk.
Exactly. And then you just, to me, I'm just enjoying it because you did everything you wanted to do and you took your time doing it. A lot of people, they go through life rushing and thinking that, oh, I gotta hurry up because I may not have time. But you even exude that I'm relaxed and I'll get it done eventually.
Yeah, thank you. That could be the Jamaican in me, because we're kind of laid back. Everything is irie, in our world. But no, I just believe that I believe in a strategy. I surrounded myself with a lot of mature people when I was young, and watching how they move in business helped me to grow and learn, also what to do in my own life. And I didn't take those moments for granted. I soaked up as much as I could. I believe in the wisdom of elders, and I did, and I did that, and I started that when I was young. And so I think that helped me to stay focused. And some people would say, like, you're a little too serious for your age and that kind of thing. But I just feel that if I'm not, then I can kind of get lost in what everyone else is doing, and not focus on what I should do and what my purpose is.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So did you get any of the secret, natural, organic skincare information from them?
You mean like
what's like?
Actually, growing up I was born in Jamaica, so organic to us is just a way of life, like coconut, which everyone's into coconut now, but we've been into coconut, like drinking coconut water, using coconut oil not just to cook but on our skin, castor oil for your scalp. I remember when I was young, my mom using castor oil on my hair, when I was young, using cold peppermint tea bags for your eyes and for your
Really?
skin. You know, all those things were that's been a part of our lifestyle, you know, for a very long time. So yeah, I mean,
I didn't know about the peppermint tea
oh
bag.
yeah,
You put them
oh,
on your
yeah.
eyes. What
Yeah,
they
just
do?
yeah. I mean, you can actually rest them all over your skin, and it really
Whoa.
just reduces, you know, a lot of the inflammation. You know, the peppermint really just helps to it'll melt into your skin and just help to kind of, you know, keep you sort of fresh and luminous. Yeah,
I'm glad I asked
it's
that.
yeah. So it does. I mean, you think that there's a lot of things that we use in our everyday life that we consume that we can put on our skin, because our skin is our largest organ, so it's going to
Yes.
absorb it anyway. But you can also put the wrong thing on your skin and absorb it too. So just be mindful,
Right.
you know, of that.
Somebody told me, they said, you know, they tell you to drink 8 glasses of water a day, but when you take a shower, you absorbing water anyway, so it's like drinking water. Have you heard that?
Yes and no. So you do still have to consume and be hydrated with, you know, with water. There's no question about that.
Right.
Yes, you do take a bath every day, at least you should. I can't say that everybody does.
Yeah. Well, you know, I like those Saturday baths.
But it's not, yeah, but it's definitely not the same, because you want what's happening is when you're drinking the water, it's going through your organs, it's cleansing as you go. But if you're taking a shower, it's bouncing off of you, so you're not, unless you're taking a bath, you know, then you can get more absorption. But if you're taking a shower, it's not really going to have the opportunity to really get into your skin, because the shower is just bouncing off of your skin, you know.
Okay,
So
so it doesn't, you don't think it soaks in as much as
and not as much, because you're not sitting in it.
I got you.
And then the other thing is that we did in Jamaica, because hot and cold water is not a thing. It was only a thing in the hotels, but when you like live in the country in Jamaica, you only have one temperature, and that's the water that comes out the faucet, so which is typically cool. So that's
Whoa.
why our skin always looks the way it does. So a lot of people say end your showers and even washing your face in cool water, because it
Right.
closes your pores. But we didn't have an option. Like that's all we took,
That's
is, you know.
it.
So for some people, it'd be shocking to
That would
that
be
water
weird.
temperature, but that's all that we knew. So, but that's also another, you know, a beauty
Right.
trick that we've always been a part of our lives. So that's why you see a lot of West Indian people with that
Beautiful.
soft, velvety skin, because cool water is all that we had.
Wow.
Yeah, it was only when we moved to America that I was like, there's hot and there's cold.
Cold.
Like there's a difference,
There's a
you know.
difference, okay.
So
Wow, my
Yeah.
goodness. I guess I'll be in a cold shower. So now,
Yeah.
what are some of the new projects that you have coming up?
Well, adding to my repertoire is authorship. I actually just signed a publishing deal, so I will be releasing my first book
Whoa.
in May 2019, and I'm super excited about it. It's been an idea and a vision that I've had for 4 years, and it's really about timing. Over the last few years, just the timing wasn't right, because the book is very, very contextual, very deep, and very now. And I think it needed time to evolve, and my life needed time to evolve in order for the book to be as authentic as I know it will be, and it will change lives. And so I'm really excited about it.
That's awesome. And so after the book, what next?
So the book will lead me into a lot more public speaking, because that's really where I want my direction of my career to go. Right now I am doing a lot of educational teaching on beauty and bridging the gap between business and beauty. I have a beauty in the business program that I teach at some of those schools. And so I've always believed in coaching and teaching and giving back. Right now I'm at a stage where the book will allow me to get to a larger platform where I will be doing a lot more public speaking, a lot more coaching, and a lot more touring, and really just getting more face-to-face with women.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, everybody needs to know how to get in touch with you. So let them know how they can get in touch with you.
So you can follow me everywhere on social media at my first name, my last name, Melissa Hibbert. It's on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
And do you have your own website?
Yes, so my website is melissahibbert.com.
Oh, wow, I like that. Melissa Hibbert, HIBBERT.com.
Yes.
Oh, we got a lot. I enjoy your spirit, because it's like you have just calculated everything in your life, and you don't run into a lot of people like that. So
Thank you.
I find a lot of just like,
we can have a plan, but God's plan is ultimately greater. So, while I believe in having things laid out, be open to, new things that you know, and because at the end of the day, we're guided.
Right.
We just have to believe it and have the faith, and there are going to be people that come into our lives and say, okay, let me enhance, you know, and you think, like, dang, I wasn't even thinking that big. But thank you, God, for introducing me to this man, this woman who can help me take it to the next level. So
well, that's where I am now, because I feel like every time I meet someone, it's a purpose for me to grow, a purpose, you know, they add something to my life.
For
so
sure.
You've added something to me today.
Thank you, and likewise. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Sheen Talk. For more episodes, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Sheen Magazine TV. Have a great day.